Well, hey there, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day or night, and welcome back to my channel. As always, I'm Deluxe. All right, let's do another freaking Transformer review because I love some freaking Transformers. And today we get to look at Fanshobby MB-32 Armour Eagle. This is their Pretender Metalhawk, their version and everything. Here is the box. Really excited for this. Love me some Fanshobby. I'm glad somebody's finally doing some Pretenders. Yeah, looks really good. Love the nice window. Looks nice there. On the back, you got the robot mode, figure mode, and the fighter mode. All the good stuff and everything. Got the nice throwback to G1 right there. And then you got that right there as well. So yeah, really excited for this. Will I be excited after the review? We'll see. But yeah, really. So I'm really excited for this. So yeah, hit me with some likes, shares, prayers, and Care Bears. Hit that sub button for me if you don't mind. It all helps out the channel. Follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. It's all in the description. And also, I got this at Show Z like normally. So go to Show Z, buy you some Transformers. Up at the top, hit Deluxe 32. Really helps out the channel as well. And let's just get right to it. And let's talk about some Fanshobby and their Metalhawk, man. All right, all right, all right. Let's freaking go. All right, real quickly, I'll show you what he comes with. So it comes with a little bio card. It's just a thin paper stock. Everything. So Armour Eagle. On the back, you do got some stats, which is pretty cool. And him in an alt mode. And you do get some stickers, which I'll probably put these on. We'll see. Nicely done. And you do get instructions, which is good. And pictures are really nice and big so you can follow. Really easy. So that's very nice. I like that. And we got his sword, which is nicely painted silver. Really like that. Looks good. And we got his gun. Everything. So you can flip this out for the handle. And you can extend the barrel. Right there, love that metallic red paint right there. Looks good. The rest of it, I think this is painted. That might be painted silver or gunmetal silver. But you got the blue and red and plastic and everything. So pretty cool. So yeah, there you go. And he comes with the armor pieces, and I'll show you that later. But there you go. That is what he comes with. All right, folks. Here is Fanshobby. This is their Armour Eagle or their Metalhawk in his alt mode, his jet mode. I think it looks pretty good. Not terrible. Not the best looking thing. You can tell these are his arms. But they do kind of look like intakes or something a little bit. You do got some gray paint right there. Metallic red looks good on the cockpit. That's very nice. And on the wings right here and on these tail fins right there. There's two sets of tail fins. But there you go. Looks pretty good. Love that paint. The rest of it's just blue and this yellow plastic and red plastic right there. Now you do have the sword tabbed in. All you got to do is it's a slot right there. Just tab it in with that. Looks good. You can have it on there if you don't want to or you don't have to. This part right here, not this part right here. This is part of the legs, but this part is the gun. It kind of folds out, and it is a parts forming piece, and also has the thrusters right there for you. So that's what you do to that, and I'll show you that in transformation. But I just want to say that is a parts forming part. All right, very nice. And then on the bottom, you do have the landing gear. So these landing gears are pretty easy to. You just twist it and fold down, twist it, fold down. Now with this one, got a little work, you got to work for it. That's already open, it's supposed to be tabbed up in there, but you just kind of, whoops, sorry about that. Untab that. What you're going to do, open that, then you're going to do this. This is part of transformation too as well, going back to bot mode. And you just extend there right there, and then flip this around, and then twist it, and there you go like that. And then you can just fold this back if you want to put it like that. There you go. And there he is without the landing gear. Now you also have an option for a stand. So you unpeg, this is supposed to be flat down, so you do that. Then you probably have to get a spudger because this little piece right here, it's just pegged in. You kind of try to flip it out because it's not the easiest to get out there. It's a pretty cool option, but it's not the easiest to get there. To get it out. Come on, man. I may have to do this off camera real quick. I'll be right back. All right, finally got it out there. So like there, it's this little piece right here. What you can do is you can kind of lift this up like that right there. and then you can get a spudger and go underneath there, and you can tab it in or untab it, and then you can get a little, I think that's a 3mm. It's really tight for this one, but it will go in there. And well, I thought it would. It would just a while ago, but no, it don't want to. Okay, there we go. Might have to lean a little forward because it is a little heavy. But if you have a, another stand that's a little stronger than that, you can do that. So that's a cool option. It's not the easiest to get there to get it out, but it's there. So options are always good. And then we'll just put it back in there and not worry about it. And then close it back up, close that up. All right, there you go. There is mostly everything you can do in the alt mode for Metalhawk. All right, here's Alternator's hot rod. Here is Magic Square Swindle. And here is Fans Toys Jazz. And there's some scale for you. All right, time for transformation. So most of the time I just have music and I do it a little quicker, but I'll transform this guy. Take the sword off real quick. What you want to do with that, then you want to, once again, flip those around, turn that around, flip it, and we'll get that one when we get the transformation. All right, so with this, you can fold these down right here, and what you're going to do is you're going to turn these around. These are kind of like his knee pads, and it basically holds that parts forming part I was telling you about. And then you're going to untab right here, and you're going to slide this out, hopefully. Come on. Golly. There we go. All right, we'll transform this real quickly. What you want to do is you want to just fold these in like that, unfold this, and then unfold that. And there's his gun. You can extend the barrel just like I showed you at the beginning. Put that off to the side. All right. So what I'm going to do to start is the arms. We'll get this out. So untab right there. There's a little slot right there and tab right there. You're going to untab that. And there's the arms. And then untab this one. Do the same thing. Okay. And then come down here. What you're going to do is you're going to take the wings, and they're on kind of a hinge kind of mechanism. So swing that around, do that. And you can open this up and open this up, and we'll finish off the landing gear just like I showed you earlier. Like that. Okay. Untab this, lift that up right like that, so you can get these out of the way, and then we'll work on the legs. All right. So basically, you're going to open up kind of like the combiner boards. Well, first you want to flip these up, and then flip these up too as well. Little skirts. That. It gives you a little clearance. Like I said, then you can rotate those out like this. Like I said, open these up like that. There we go. And just kind of swing them out like this. Slide that. So there's on a sliding mechanism. Slide that up like that right there. All right. Then you want to flip this around. Do that right there. And then move the foot around like that. There you go. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. Try to open up this as most you can. Make sure it clears right up here. It's going to get hindered up right there. Just make sure it clears right there, like that. And then slide that up right there, like that.
flip this down like that, and then flip that right there like that, and there you go. Let me fix the camera. You can slide the or flip them down like that right there. Let me move the camera back up. All right, I'm back here. Slow those down, fold those down right there. All right, so then what you want to do is make sure that's like that. And fold these out of the way. What you can do is you're going to push this up. So this is on this whole section right here is on a sliding mechanism. Slide that up right there like that. And then you want to take the nose cone and you want to kind of open this up right there and right there. Maybe get a spudger and flip this up like that right there. All right, come on, what are you doing to me? There we go. Kind of do like that, and then you're going to flip this down. Oh, forgot this. You got to flip this down right here. There's a little panel right there, so you can flip that in right there, and then close that together, then close that together, and that will give you. Then you can move this out of the way, flip this down, move this out of the way, so it gives you enough clearance to do that right there, and snap that into place. Make sure you get the things right there. Snap that into place. Move this out of the way, and then snap this back here into place as well. All right. Once again, put the arms in. You know, you gotta wear out like that. You just push them in like that. And you're gonna go turn that around. Extend them right here, and then try to get the sweet spot. May need a spudger to get the arm or the hands out. Like that. Turn it around. Once again, do that. Flip the hand around. Do that. There you go. And then with the wings, you have two ways you can do it. You can either have them like that, or you can twist them around like that. They show when he first comes out of a box, he's flipped in like that. And what you do is you just kind of situate them right there, like that. And that's how he comes in box, like that right there. But flip that down, right, or flip that up, I'm sorry. Flip that up right there. And there you go. That's how you transform him back into robot mode. All right, so here's Fanshobby and their Metalhawk and everything. We're going to go over articulation. So I love the head sculpt. Looks really nice. This is, like I said, this is the inner robot of a Pretender. But beautiful, nice paint. The silver, the baby blue eyes looks really good. A little silver on the head crest. You got these right here, silver, gunmetal silver paint right there. A little gold and red, a little gold right there, and then a little gray, paint right there. Other than that, a lot of blue and gold and red plastic. You do got some nice, like I said, I love that metallic red right there. Looks good on the wings. All right, so as far as articulation, look down quite a bit. Look up a little bit as well. You do have a swivel all the way around. You got a little add to it as well. It's on kind of like a hinge thing with the ball peg. The ears do move too as well. These do not move. You got ratcheted arms right there all the way out for 90 degrees. Once again, hard ratchets all the way around. Looks pretty good. All right, you got ratcheted elbows as well. You do have a bicep swivel, but you gotta, because of the cut right there, you kind of got to bend down to get the bicep swivel. So it's kind of weird bicep swivel. So, but you have it. It's there. You do have a swivel of the hand right here. So each finger is individually articulated. So on the thumb, it's on a ball peg, so it can go back and forth and go up and down. And you do have a bend at the knuckle for that. With each finger, you have 3 points of articulation. You can spread them out a little bit There's one at the base of the knuckle, one at the middle, and a little bit at the top. So you got 3 points of articulation for that. So that's pretty good. Not bad at all. No in and out or anything like that. All right. So for the waist swivel, you got to kind of open this up a little bit right here. Maybe move the wings out a little bit, and you get the full rotation. So that's pretty good. No ab crunch. I can't feel, I don't think the way it transforms, there's no ab crunch, so that kind of sucks. All right. So like I said, you can flip these up if you want. Flip these. Ratcheted, Van Damme all day, every day. You got kicked up, ratcheted, kick up, and back about right there. Get stopped about right there. You do have a thigh swivel. Once again, ratcheted knee bend about 90 degrees. And then you got a toe tilt down and a rocker, kind of just the foot goes with it. And you got this heel spur. It can go in and out too as well. And there you go. Now, as far as the wings, so like I said, you have 2 options. You can have them down like this. Like I said, this is how it comes in package. There's a hinge. They go in right there, and there's a hinge right here. And then there's a hinge on the end too as well. So there's a little swivel. So there's 1, 2, 3 hinges. So if you want to, you can, like I said, there's a hinge right there if you want. If you want to turn these around, you can go right there and right there, and you can just move it up like that. And you can have it like that if you want to as well. So there's a couple options for the wings. So that's cool. So there you go. There's articulation for Metalhawk. Real quick with accessories. Oh, I forgot to mention, you do have kind of a backwards butterfly. Like I said, you do have to extend these out for like transformation, and you do have a swing back right there. So if you want to use that, you do have that option. I forgot to mention that. So as far as the weapons, basically there's a little sliding mechanism, little slot right there, and you just slide in the gun, which I really like this. I like it better than trying to tab it into the hand like that. But you got that option. There's the gun like that. It's pretty secure, and I like that. And same thing with the sword. You just, let's see, find the right spot and just slide it in like that. Then close the fingers around, and there you go. There's how you use his accessories and weapons. I don't think there's anywhere to tab them on the back. No, I don't think so. But yeah, there you go. All right, real quick, there's MP-44 Optimus Prime. You got X-Transboss Bulkhead. You got DX-9 Sideswipe. You got Masterpiece Takara Sideswipe. And then I threw in Tismankey Redgar. And there's some scale for you. All right, so let's put on this shell for him, okay? So what you're going to do first, you're going to take the Gerber baby. My God. Oh, that's scary. What you're doing is going to separate it like that and bring him over here. And what you're going to do is just kind of line it up right there like that. And like that, and there you go for that piece right there. Follow instructions real quick. All right, so what you want to do is you want to take the where's this piece? This piece right here, which is his waist or crotch area, and I guess we're just going to kind of line it up, move that out of the way, and just kind of line it up right there, and I think it's on there. Okay. Then you want to take the chest piece. Once again, gonna take this, just kind of line it up right there. There we go. Snaps into place like that. There we go. I don't know if that's the tightest little fit. I may not have that right. May have to work on that a little bit, but that's where it's supposed to go. All right, the shoulder pieces. What you're gonna do is you're going to just slide them on right there. And take the other shoulder piece. This piece right here is going to be on the back. So make sure that goes right there. And there you go. There is that. And then we have the forearms. They're going to open up. I thought they were going to open up. 1 minute, I'll be right back. I've put that one on already. I'll just take this one real quick. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that like that. Make sure the little fin part is pointing outwards. Like that. And let's see, I think it goes like that right there. And there you go, got the forearm pieces. All right, for the leg pieces, just gonna take them apart like that. Make sure this thing is pointing down. This is the kind of the kneecap. And what you're gonna do is gonna kind of line it up right there. Take this piece and line it up right there. And there you go. And same thing for this one. Okay, line it up right there. And then line this up right there. Well, no, that's how it goes. Let me move that out of the way. There we go. Alrighty, and there he is, all armed up, or his Pretender shell. All right, so you don't really lose much articulation, I think, with the head. You can still look up, look down. You can go almost, I guess you can go all around, but you got to kind of manipulate a little bit. Just be careful. You can leave the Gerber baby face on. You can take it off if you want to. Let me try to get under there, and there we go. You can have that if you want to. You can have the inner robot, right there if you want. If you don't want the little Gerber baby, but there you go. All right, so articulation with the shoulders, you still get the full 90 right there, and rotation. And swords fell out. You still get the same rotation like that. Like I said, you still got to do this, to move down to get the articulation for the weapon like that. Then you can kind of move this out of the way, and you can still get a waist swivel. Be careful right there. Nice paint with these. You got the orange, yellowish. You got the gunmetal silver right here, and then silver and gold right there as well. So that's very nice. Same articulation with it. You just get two flaps instead of one, and these will flip up too. So you get a little bit, not as much as without this armor, but you do get backwards and everything. Swivel, still the same knee bend and everything, so that's pretty good. And he can hold his weapons because then nothing, gets in the way of his hands. And with the wings, once again, still have them however you want to. So there you go. There he is with his Pretender shell on. So he really doesn't gain much height. A little bit, this little, thing right here, his unicorn thing going on. But there's a MP-44 Optimus Prime, X-Transbox bulkhead, DS9 sideswipe, Takara sideswipe, and Tits McGee Redgar. And there's some more scale with the Pretender shell. And there's Crapagonics, Crappy Toilet Paper, AAA battery, Carmex, Care Bears, Kicker, and Squeaks. More scale.
Well, hey there, everybody. You made it this far as always. I freaking appreciate that. All right. Final thoughts on this is Fanshobby. This is Armour Eagle. This is their Pretender Metalhawk. All right. Overall, I really do like him. I like the concept. We'll go through everything. So the alt mode, it looks okay. It's fine. It's not the best looking thing, but it's okay. I like it. You got the paint and everything. I love the metallic red on the wings. Look really good. So that's nice. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's kind of a paint and taint for the front of the wheels. The landing gear, I couldn't think what it was. The front one's kind of a pain to take to get in and out, but it's not terrible. And you have an option for a stand, which is pretty cool. They threw that in. That's very nice. Everything. So transformation, going back and forth is easy. Nothing really. You got some some of the Combiner Wars kind of thing with the legs and everything. You got a bunch of sliders and stuff and everything. So not really hard at all for the transformation. So that's really good. And bot mode. So you got the inner robot. Looks pretty good. I love the silver face. Looks nice and everything. It looks good. And let's talk about articulation. So articulation, kind of underwhelming. You got a waist swivel, but you have to move stuff out of the way. And no ab crunch. You do have a backwards kind of a butterfly, but you have to pull out the arms to get that. So no forward or anything like that. But the rest of it is decent. Mostly it's just 90 degrees, with the elbow and the knees. So not, the articulation is not the best and everything. It could be a little better, but I like the finger articulation. It's pretty good. So with the paint, it's okay. You got a lot of red and blue and plastic and everything, and white or kind of gray plastic. But here and there you got some decent, with the orange or kind of a yellow, I guess it would be yellow oranges. You got silver throughout and everything. So it's decent. It could always use more paint. Who doesn't love some more paint? But the weapons are painted, so that's pretty cool a little bit. The sword is all silver. I like that. You got a little red. Like I said, I love the metallic red. I wish we got some more of that around the, other areas. And you do got some nice paint on the Pretender shells. So talk about the Pretender shell or that part. I like it. I love the concept of it. I hope we get more of these. I think it's fun. It is parts forming, easy to put together. Basically it's just you take apart and you snap it on, everything like the chest and all that stuff and the waist. The waist is not the tightest fit in there, but it's okay. It's not terrible. But I do like the concept. I don't like the face. The head sculpt for the Gerber baby is kind of scary. But you can take that off if you want to. But I do like the concept. I really hope, is it the G1 thing, where you got the shell and you got the inner robot? It's almost like that. I think it's close, and I think they did a good job. I really do. I hope we get some Decepticons and the rest of the Autobots. I really hope we get a lot of MP scale Pretenders, because that's pretty cool. Materials, that's where it's a little bit, it's kind of light. I just did a review for King Toys, the shrapnel, and it was kind of hollow and light. This one, has no die cast or anything like that, so it's a little light. Now, it does get a little heavier with the Pretender shell stuff on there because it adds more plastic, so you do get a decent weight on that, but it is kind of light, so the materials feel a little light on there. I didn't think I was going to break anything. The hinges are pretty good, all that stuff, but just be wary of that. And I think that's about it. Materials, all that stuff. You got the unicorn thing right there. Oh, you got stickers. You have that option if you want to put them on. That's pretty cool. I love the ratchets. Daddy loves some ratchets. You got ratchets everywhere. That's really nice. So it is stable. You have options for the wings, which is really good. I like that. So yeah, overall, like I said, I love the concept of it, and I hope we'll get more. So hope you like my review. Hit me up some likes, shares, prayers, and Care Bears. Hit that sub button for me if you don't mind, and hit me up some comments. Tell me you thought of the review. Are you in on the Fanshobby Pretenders? I definitely am. I hope we get some more. I hope we get a Decepticon next time. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Everything's in the description. Go to Show Z, buy you some Transformers. Up the top, use Deluxe32. That really helps out the channel. And I guess I'll see you in the next Transformer review. And as always, be good to yourself, man. Hell freaking Transformers. And hell freaking Fanshobby, man. Great job. I love it, man. We got some Pretenders, man. MP style. What's up? Oh my God. What is up with that face? What do you mean? I'm Metalhawk. Yeah, you're something. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? Oh my God. Oh, goodness gracious. That's so scary. Man, that is scary, man. Look at my derpy face. And I'm just scared of that, man. What happened? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. I'm just a baby. I'm a baby. He's a baby. Gerber baby. That was stupid. Good night, folks.